98FM's Dublin Talks. Weekdays from 10 a.m.
I'm Adrian Kennedy, and this man here is our show producer, Mr. Jeremy Dixon.
Yeah, I'm very ashamed today, actually. I want to share my shame with you very briefly, if that's
please
okay.
Do. Yes.
Because I feel every day on this show we ask you, the listeners, to talk to us about stuff and to share your life with us. So sometimes it's good to give a bit back.
Absolutely, yes.
And
yes.
To my shame,
yep.
For my breakfast today, I had a packet of Starbursts. That's what I had for breakfast today. And I make no bones about it. I'm not ashamed.
Starburst sweets?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I love Starburst.
Yeah.
I've loved them since they were Opal Fruits, which they used to be called back in the day.
Sorry,
yeah.
Who remembers that?
Loads of people do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, to my generation, they're Starbursts.
Okay, but...
yeah, had a packet for my breakfast today.
I will say, they're lovely and all that, yeah.
I counted 15 sweets in the packet, by the way, and I ate every single one of them for breakfast. That's all I had for breakfast.
And that's fantastic and all that, but the nutritional value in Starburst...
I'm going to stop you there, Adrian, because 5 of the Starburst sweets I had were strawberries. Strawberries are fruit. Fruit is good for you. Thank you very much. Yep.
Okay, that's your justification, is it?
Yeah, I had my 5 a day.
Okay, you actually believe that, do you?
Actually, I wonder, just as a very quick thing, I wonder, has anybody had as unhealthy a breakfast today as I have? I wonder, is it possible? If you had an unhealthy breakfast, let us know what you had. Text or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98 on text or WhatsApp. Can you beat my unhealthy breakfast? Not everybody, Adrian, eats muesli for breakfast, you know.
Okay, so can you beat the unhealthy breakfast of a packet of Starburst?
Allegedly unhealthy. That hasn't been proved.
No. Come on, seriously. If there's any strawberries in the strawberry one, it's 0.01% of a strawberry.
Oh, and I actually had lemon Starburst as well. Lemon's a fruit.
Okay, I'll confess that today I had
20 cigarettes for breakfast.
No, I had 0 for breakfast. I had a cup of coffee, and I haven't eaten since.
Oh wow, you must be.
Yeah, no, I'm starving.
Your stomach must be rumbling.
Yeah,
now.
it is. Yeah. So what unhealthy thing did you have for brekkie?
Yeah, if you did,
can you beat Starburst?
I think you'll find, Adrian, and there's a shame factor to this. People always like to go on social media and talk about their healthy stuff they eat. People never admit that they eat crap sometimes for breakfast. And sometimes, I have to be honest, like yesterday I had a bowl of Cocoa Pops for breakfast. How am I not 22 stone?
How are you not?
I actually have the
Starburst one day, Cocoa Pops the other day.
And you know what I'm going to have tomorrow for breakfast? I'm telling you now, 3 cans of Red Bull. There you go. 3 cans of Red Bull.
Okay, can you beat that? What unhealthy thing did you have for your brekkie?
If you think I'm hyper today on the show, will you hear me tomorrow? Be talking a word a second I'll be doing.
Now, next, I love this story. Sadly, we all lose a loved one at some stage in our lives, be it your grandparent or your parent or, God forbid, your child. And it is a very distressing time. Well... we love this little business venture which has been set up, and I actually know somebody who availed of this, and it is a fantastic service, and this is Sharon's Memory Bears Company.
Now, I'd never heard about this until today, I have to be honest with you, and Adrian was like, where have you been living, Jeremy? This has been around a while. A friend of mine got it done. I think it's absolutely brilliant.
It is. Okay, let me talk to Sharon to explain exactly what Memory Bears are. Sharon, welcome to 98FM.
Great, thank you. Not a bother.
Now, Sharon, tell me a little bit more about Memory Bears.
Really, it's just literally only after starting a couple of weeks ago. It's just a friend of mine had an uncle that sadly passed away in January, and she was asking me, can she get something done? And a friend of mine had posted me the pattern for the bears, so I decided, well, I'm just going to try and see what I can do. So I actually created a teddy bear out of her uncle's pyjamas that he wore in the hospital. And the tears were flowing when I gave it to them. They were absolutely delighted.
Oh, right.
So then a couple of other people then she also wanted one made out of her daughter's first baby grows from a couple of years ago. So I made one out of her daughter's first baby grows as well. So I just thought it was a lovely idea. And then there's been a few people wanting to get them done now, like from their loved ones that have passed over, made out of shirts, that made out of jumpers and coats and stuff like that. So I just thought maybe I'm onto something here. If somebody kind of wants to get something made out of the clothes that their loved ones have worn in the past.
Okay, so basically what you do is you basically make a little teddy bear out of, for example, Grandad's pyjamas.
Yeah, and then my son embroiders their names onto them as well for them.
Now, I saw some of the photographs on your Facebook page, Sharon, of a child getting the bear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just so sweet. And what someone said, the quote that someone said, which really struck me, was they said, getting a bear from you, a memory bear, is like getting a hug from heaven. Yeah. Not a lovely thing to say.
Getting a hug from heaven. I know, that brought tears to my eyes as well, because I just think it's something lovely. And actually, one of the lady that I gave the bear to, she actually said to me, I can smell my son off this bear. And he only passed in January, and I just cried when I heard that.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? That is absolutely wonderful.
You can smell the loved one off the fabric still, whereas I wouldn't be able to smell it, but obviously they would, because they have their own scent, and she could smell him off the bear, and that just was amazing.
That is lovely. It really is. It's a great idea. And like I said, if you've only started a couple of weeks ago, there's obviously another company doing something quite similar. Because
there's a few of them.
Yeah, because a friend of ours got one made from Grandad's pyjamas, and it brought great consolation to the family, and still does.
Absolutely. Yeah, it does. Yeah, they get great comfort out of it, because they bring them on, they leave them on their beds, and they snuggle into them basically at night and whatever, and they feel really close to the person, because that person wore those clothes at some stage in their lives, you know. Are
you doing this all on your own? Obviously, your child is helping you a little bit. But
my son is doing the embroidery on the arms and stuff. He's very creative, like myself. But it's just a couple of weeks ago, I just said I need to do something, you know, been on my own and stuff. So I just said I need to just get off my backside and do something. And I'm a dressmaker by trade, and I went back to college a couple of years ago to try and better myself. But I just think that this is something that I could do on my own. They are very difficult to make at times, and it's a lot of hard work goes into them. But I love doing them. And, you know, the end result is absolutely amazing when you see the smile on people's faces, and they most of them just burst into tears.
Okay, so somebody who's had a member of the family, or even more tragically, I suppose, a child pass away in the last year, and they still have an item of clothing. You saying that any item of clothing is appropriate? Like, say, can you use, well, Adrian, you were saying the pyjamas.
Pyjamas, baby grows, shirts. I know somebody got one made out of a shirt.
Yeah.
Really, you can turn a shirt into a teddy bear?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can turn it into a teddy bear, you can turn it into a cushion, but the only thing I don't sew is leather. So, but you don't have anybody asking to use leather anyway. So, but you can turn a coat, you can turn a man's suit, you can turn like pyjamas, shirts, tracksuits, rugby shirts, football jerseys, anything like that. You know, if they're massive Liverpool or Man United supporters or something, you can turn that into a bear as well, and use the little collars and the crests and everything on them as well. They're brilliant.
You know what's nice about this, Adrian? We've all had someone that we've lost to death. And one of the hardest things from people who lose someone is having to get rid of all the clothes.
Yeah, it is very difficult.
Say your wife or your husband or your child passes away, and you have a wardrobe full of your clothes. Some people can keep those wardrobes for years because it's so hard to do it. So I think that would actually make that grieving process a lot easier. Because you take one of their clothes. So if your husband or your wife passes away, you take their favourite top that you remember them by. You get it made into a bear, and the bear is on the sofa there forever.
No, it is. It's a great idea. Sharon, how do people get in contact with you if this is something they'd be interested in?
I have an Instagram and a new Facebook page. The Instagram is memory_bears, and the Facebook page is at memorybears101.
At Memory Bears 101. Well, fair play to you, Sharon. It's a great idea.
Can I just say one thing? I also do, say children finish their school, they go into a secondary school. I also make their old uniforms into bears as well, and they're pretty cute.
All right, very good. Well, the very best of luck with your business venture, Sharon, and thanks very much indeed.
Cheers, Sharon.
Just got a photograph sent in to us, and that's lovely. There's a photograph of a memory bear, right? And this is my daughter, Saoirse, in Crumlin Hospital yesterday with her Grandad Mix memory bear. They are so special.
Jean says on Facebook, it's a great idea. My sister got this done before for her little boys. She had lost one but got it done for all of them. So again, what it is if a family member or friend or anything passes away and there's a piece of clothing that you want to get made into a memory bear, because obviously it's a bit weird leaving a deceased person's shirt on the sofa beside you. You know what I mean? But this is actually an item that you can bring around, isn't it?
Yep. Okay, let's go back for just a second to unhealthy breakfast that people had today. Yep.
Yeah, I was mentioning at the start of the show that I had unashamedly, I have to say unashamedly, no shame here, I had a pack of Starburst for breakfast.
Okay, 98FM would like to promote healthy eating and having packet of Starburst for breakfast isn't really overly healthy.
But then we discover 98FM listeners are all pigs.
Yep, pigs.
Look at the stuff they're eating.
I had a leftover 4-star pizza for breakfast this morning.
Can I just say that
leftover pizza?
That's the one food you can't reheat.
Yeah, I agree.
So what were you about to say, Adrian?
Disgusting.
No, you were about to say something. Leftover pizza is for what?
For unhealthy people. No, it's vile.
It's for scum. You're right. You were about to say that, yeah.
I had a Star Bar and a can of Coke for breakfast.
What's a Star Bar?
A Star Bar. Cadbury Star Bar.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Says that listener. A Star Bar and a can of Coke. Eileen, you're on 98FM. How are you, Eileen?
Hi.
Now, Eileen.
Come on, Eileen. Tell us what you had.
Right, I had 1.5 donuts.
1.5 donuts?
You see, I had a half of one left over from last night, so I wrapped it up, and then I had the Kinder Bueno one this morning, the half the Oreo cookies one. At 7:30 this morning, because I was dreaming last night when I woke up this morning. When you just kind of keep thinking about, I have to have that donut, have to have that donut. So made a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And just popped the half one in my mouth and I switched myself off.
Now, is there any nutritional value to a Kinder Bueno donut?
I don't think so. Well, there is something. There
has to be.
There's certainly calories in it.
There has to be something there. Right? But listen to Eileen, she's as happy as Larry.
Yeah.
When Kate rang, okay, I was stuck my face with Madeira cake.
Now, I love a slice of Madeira.
98FM listeners, the unhealthiest in Dublin.
You can't say that, Adrian.
I just did.
You can't say that.
I did.
No, I do eat. I eat healthy. Like, I'd have salmon every different day. But, you have to balance them out.
But I don't, to be honest with you, Eileen, I don't see anything wrong with 1.5 donuts for breakfast.
Really?
Did you have your Starburst left from the film last night?
Oh, yes, I actually. How did you know that?
Because I liked it on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I was at the movies last night.
You were?
I got a big bag of Starburst and I had
2 bottles of water.
Jesus, that's good.
Zoomed into the photo.
So were you stalking me at the cinema last night?
Yeah.
No, come on, Eileen. For
Come
God's
on,
sake.
Eileen. I swear that, Eileen. I swear.
Good luck, Eileen.
Can I just say on a separate point, Eileen?
Yes,
I don't know if you agree with this. They're making donuts too big now.
Yeah. No, actually, no. Well, I had to say they made a strawberry shortcake on the other day, and it was actually disgusting.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Well, they sent donuts into 98FM a couple of weeks ago,
and
Eileen.
They were monsters.
No, the other ones. Wait till I tell you, Eileen, I didn't even look what was on the donut, okay? And a box of donuts arrived in, and of course myself and Adrian were like savage.
Yeah.
And I put the donut into my mouth, Eileen, and I bit into it and swallowed. And it was only after I swallowed I realised what the topping was on the donut.
And what was it?
Bacon.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they put bacon.
Oh, I wasn't here that day.
Yeah, no, you weren't.
No.
Oh. Yeah. Right, thanks, Eileen.
Do you know that you can get bacon on top of the donut?
That sounds disgusting.
Bacon and custard.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. Now, Tammy.
Very good.
Now, Tammy, I have a message that you sent in to me just a moment ago here in front of me.
No, I wouldn't even read that out. That's disgusting.
Tammy, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had last night's chicken curry and fried rice mushed up together, heated in the microwave, put on 2 slices of batch with a bit of Dairy Gold and a super strong cup of black coffee.
Oh.
And you sound proud of that.
Do you know what? I actually am owning it because I'm getting married in 5 weeks and I've been starving myself for a long time.
Okay.
And I just thought last night, this is massive. I was working the late shift. I didn't get in till 11 o'clock. And I knew it was there all night, just waiting for me to eat it this morning.
It sounds, there's half of me, Tammy, here that I'm like, that sounds lovely. And then the other half of me is saying that sounds absolutely
so
vile.
it's leftover chicken curry and rice between 2 slices of batch bread with loads of Dairy Gold butter.
It was beautiful. I have to say, that's the perfect way to start the day.
Well, it's not really. A perfect way to start today would be a bit of fruit and some news.
Well, I've been doing that for months. I really have. And I'm fighting a losing battle now at this stage. 5 weeks to the wedding, so feck it.
And do you fit into the wedding dress? Have you had the last fishing yet? And stuff like that?
Well, I bought a big tent out of Frawley's frock, so yeah, I've plenty of...
You're getting married in a tent?
My dress is like a tent at this stage, eating curries for breakfast.
And what are you having for dinner at the wedding? Don't tell me curry.
Oh, if only roast beef and salmon and the usual crap.
Beef and
but then
salmon,
that night we'll have a platter of chicken wings and goujons.
Come here, where's the wedding on?
Out at the Waterside Hotel, and I'm marrying a girl, and she's a size 14, and I'm a size 20, and I keep telling me ma that we're getting married on the beach, and we're wearing bikinis.
Well, now the water...
She kind of half believes me.
Well, the Waterside isn't on a base, which is beside the beach, isn't it?
It is.
Absolutely, yeah.
No, it's a lovely hotel,
And
actually.
what's your wife-to-be's name?
Karina.
And does Karina know about your disgusting eating habits?
No, she's absolutely hit the roof.
Yeah, she'll probably find that out on the honeymoon now.
She won't be impressed at all, because when she comes home, like, I leave bits of lettuce and couscous on a plate and tell her that's what I had for dinner.
Oh, really? So before she arrives home, you literally put a piece of lettuce on a plate and say this was
no
your dinner?
shame whatsoever.
You're class. Good luck with the wedding, and give up those curries for breakfast.
Thanks a lot, lads. Have a good day, right?
Bye.
She said, I'm surprised you didn't do your usual trick with Tammy. Do you need a DJ for the gig? Normally you're trying to get work out of these people.
No, I don't do weddings anymore.
What? You don't
Any DJ will tell you that I did weddings years ago.
So did I.
And I had one bad wedding, and that was the end of it. I just said I'd never do one again.
That was your own wedding.
No.
That was your own.
It was awful. I would hate to DJ at a wedding again.
Myself and Adrian used to be wedding DJs, just very briefly, and the last wedding I ever did as a DJ, the bride came up and cried to me and said, "You're after ruining my effing wedding," she said to me. And I said, okay.
Well, the story with the one that I did as the last one was the groom before the wedding gave me a list of songs, right?
Yeah, which they do, generally.
Yeah, but he wanted these songs played in this order.
Okay.
And
what songs were on the list?
Oh, like the Eagles, One of These Nights, and Boz Scaggs, and Steely Dan, and all this sort of stuff, right?
Reeling in the ears.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm playing these songs in this order as instructed. Half an hour later, the bride came up and she said, "Why is nobody dancing? Your music is crap." And I said, "Well, go and talk to your husband." Next thing, husband comes up. No. Keep playing the songs.
Sorry, agent, that's nothing.
What?
Have you ever had a bride cry at you on your... Well, besides
the bride did... And,
sorry.
My
bride cried.
Let me finish the story. They ended up, after an hour, screaming at each other in front of me. And she's saying, "I want him to play music to get people dancing." And he's saying, F them dancing. I want to hear this music. Oh. So the music was totally for him and nobody else. Anyway, he said, "What song would you play to get people up dancing?" And I looked at the crowd. I said, "I'd play Dancing Queen by ABBA. They'd all love it, yeah?" And he said, "Over my dead body is that being played at my wedding," right? 20 minutes later, the bride comes up. "Don't listen to him anymore. Put on Dancing Queen." Put it on. The crowd filled the floor. And he stormed out of the wedding.
And are they still married?
I don't know.
Jeez, Adrian Kennedy ruining weddings.
That was the last wedding I ever did. I'd never do another one
Adrian
again.
Kennedy ruining weddings since the 80s. No, a wedding DJ, it's a job I wouldn't do, I have to say.
Now, just back to Tammy, who was on a moment ago. I just got a message in, and this is Tammy and her curry for breakfast, yeah? Tammy is marrying my cousin, Karina.
Okay, so Tammy is married. Okay, yeah.
I'm going to tell her right now.
Oh, my God. Well, marriage should start off with truth. You shouldn't have any secrets when you're getting married. So.
Okay, and let me just read out a couple more. I had a pint in the Early House for breakfast before work.
Do they still exist, Early Houses?
They do.
Never knew that. This person who never goes on the air. You are disgusting pigs. Eat some granola and Greek yogurt, you greasy pigs, says that. What's granola?
It's that seedy stuff.
Muck, basically.
Yeah, muck, yeah. I had, let me see.
I had a bag of Haribo jellies. Lovely. That sounds like a nice breakfast as well. You can get it, and you can get a donut with a burger on top of it now, Adrian, as well.
I had mashed potato and savoury mince at 6:30 this morning for breakfast. It is the breakfast of champions. Mashed potato and savoury mince. I don't know about you, but my stomach just isn't able for stuff like that at that hour of the day.
Or any hour of the day.
And one last one. I had a bowl of Weetabix and a white egg omelette. Well, that's all right. That's not bad.
That's pompous.
A white egg omelette. Yeah. What's wrong with the yellow bit? What did they ever do to avenge it?
The yellow. Yeah.
98FM's Dublin Talks. Weekdays from 10 a.m.